Samsung has made a rushed decision to release a smartwatch last year. Though its features are impressive, the hardware isn't. This year, the company has totally revamped its smartwatch in both hardware and software. This is the Samsung Gear 2 video review. The second generation smartwatch from Samsung still looks very much the same as its predecessor despite having a few hardware changes. The Galaxy branding is stripped from the product name because it is using Tizen as its core operating system. The Samsung Gear 2 has a dual-core Exynos CPU clocked at 1 GHz, 512MB of RAM, 4GB of internal storage, 1.63-inch Super AMOLED display at 320 by 320 pixels, and a 300 mAh battery. This time, the Gear 2 also comes with an IR blaster, heart rate sensor, accelerometer, gyro sensor, and the same 2-megapixel camera at the top of the watch. Furthermore, the Gear 2 is now IP67 water and dust resistant. There are a few decent watch faces for the Gear 2. Even if there isn't one that fits you, there's a third-party app that lets you customize your watch faces. The Super AMOLED display's color saturation is simply gorgeous. It is the best display that we have ever seen on a smartwatch. Using the Gear 2 as our daily driver is an enjoyable and convenient experience. The display is great and visible enough under strong sunlight. Touch response is also very precise, and navigating around the watch's interface is very simple by performing swipe gestures. Pressing the home button returns you to the main screen wherever you are. The Gear 2 was paired to our Galaxy S5 during the review period. Bluetooth connection is very stable and it is able to operate at quite a reasonably long distance. Even if it is disconnected, the Gear 2 is still able to function as a standalone watch and most features can still be used. We mainly use the Gear 2 for receiving notifications and making phone calls. We are happy to report that the Gear 2 worked flawlessly in this area. Notifications configured via the Gear Manager app were received almost instantly without missing a single one, and our callers reported clear voice from our end when we made phone calls using its built-in microphone. Furthermore, you do not need to hold up the Gear 2 this time to enjoy a great call experience. Our emails and text messages also appeared great on the Gear 2. We are also able to display the message on the phone and perform quick replies using pre-configured templates. There's one feature that we just don't like on the Gear 2, which is S-Voice. Samsung's virtual voice assistant has never been our favorite. It tends to recognize our commands inaccurately most of the time. And S-Voice isn't straightforward enough in accepting commands. We really wish Samsung could let us use Google's voice commands as they are more accurate. A smartwatch isn't smart when you can't install additional apps on it. The Samsung App Store has a humble collection of apps for the Gear 2. You don't get to have many choices, but some essential apps are available for free at the Samsung App Store. The Gear 2 also features fitness features that lets you record your fitness activities. Data is synchronized back to S-Health if it is connected with your Samsung Galaxy smartphone. The heart rate sensor serves as a great reference tool for us. However, the pedometer can be very inaccurate at times. We realize our steps being calculated even if we are sitting still with a little bit of movement. The Gear 2 also features a built-in music player that can play music from the device itself. You can then pair your Bluetooth headphones with the Gear 2, which is very convenient as this eliminates the need to have our phones in our pockets while doing workouts. The 2-megapixel camera of the Gear 2 takes decent pictures. We never expect pictures from a smartwatch camera to look this good. Color reproduction is good, and pictures aren't really grainy looking, though it still lacks sharpness. Given that such pictures come from a smartwatch, we are overwhelmed. The Gear 2 also takes videos at 720p resolution at a 15-second duration, which is sufficient for you to capture some quick videos. Battery life was terrible on the original Galaxy Gear. The Gear 2's battery life was amazing. We use it for 2 to 3 phone calls while receiving notifications every day. It managed to last us 6 days of battery life, which is very rare for a fully featured smartwatch. Instead of enclosing the smartwatch in a case this time, the Gear 2 has a separate charging adapter to be fitted below the device. We find it to be quite fragile, and you can lose it easily. We really don't mind Samsung including a micro USB port on the side with a flap cover for our convenience. The Samsung Gear 2 is a major improvement from the Galaxy Gear. Its great hardware and reliable software makes it one of the best smartwatches to invest on. We really wish that the Gear 2 could support non-Samsung Android smartphones, and we don't mind losing proprietary features such as S-Voice and Watch On. The Gear 2 retails at 899 ringgit. It isn't cheap, but if you need a wearable companion for your Galaxy smartphone, we highly recommend that you invest on a Gear 2. The Samsung Gear 2 gets a 4 out of 5 star rating from us. Coming up in the next episode of Gadget Review is the Samsung Gear Fit, a fitness-oriented smartwatch. So stay tuned to our YouTube channel and do support us by subscribing to the channel. Follow us on social media on Facebook and Twitter at KLGadgetGuy. You can also follow me on Twitter at WarrenLee1207. That's it for now, and thank you very much for watching.